She's amazing. I'm totally not gonna like fangirl out right now. Nara, what did you pick out?
This.
Those are pretty. Do you know what you want, buddy? You want dianthus? Is that what you want? You sure? Okay, hold on to it. To Natalie of Hey It's a Good Life. She flew in from California to be here in Missouri today for Baker Creek. So I will link her channel below. You've got to go check her out because I love Natalie and she's awesome.
I'm just so excited to be here. I hope everybody gets a chance to come to Baker Creek one day. This is like a magical fairyland. Like, it's like the equivalent of Knott's Berry Farm out where we live, but so much better because it's real. Like, you can buy the seeds here and then go create some of the magic at home.
So it's like Disneyland for homesteaders.
Yeah, it really is. And I had no idea what to expect. I had no clue what this was going to be like, and the people and the food and the culture. So awesome. So I'm just so grateful to be here, and I hope you guys can all make it one day too.
Good life, hey, there you are.
Happy birthday, dear Carla. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Hey, I got you a Jess for your birthday. It's Jess.
Hey guys, I found Jess. Actually listened to her speak for a little bit and then followed her as the mob tried to get to her. But it's really fun to see her. She gave a really, really good talk. And I love Jess.
I'm so glad you get to finally meet you in person.
I know, it's not been easy to meet her in person. I don't know what happened. But she's awesome. If by somehow you haven't ever come across her channel because you live under a rock, I will link it below. She's amazing. I'm totally not gonna like fangirl out right now. I'm just excited I got to meet her. We went to Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival today. I am exhausted. I forgot to do an intro this morning, but I'm sure you picked up on where we were. And we had a good time. I got to meet Jess from Roots and Refuge, Natalie from Hands of Good Life. I got to chit chat with Farm Alarm and Fit Farmer, and we saw Jake and Becky from White House on the Hill. We saw Vicky and Sammy from Little Creek Homestead. I'm sure I'm forgetting people. It's terrible. We saw lots of people. It was a lot of fun. The weather was actually pretty nice. It got sunny for a little bit towards the end and kind of hot, but other than that, it was lovely. We didn't get rained on. So I wanted to show you what we picked up. To start with, we were looking in one of the pottery booths. I don't know if that's going to focus. Isn't that beautiful? And I was looking at some mugs. I didn't end up getting one. I really don't need any more mugs. But the sweet lady that owned the booth, I really wish I could remember the name of her store. It was towards the end of when we were walking around and we were all kind of tired. But she gave this to Inara. And on the back, I think it says Lichen Hicks. I think it's beautiful. So she gave this to Inara, and she gave Apollo, looks like a little acorn, a little pottery ceramic acorn with a little raccoon on it. It was super sweet of her to give this to my kids. And let's see, we let each one of the kids pick up a seed packet from the seed store. Reuben bought Rubenza Cosmos, which I thought was funny. I think he just bought them because it sounded like his name. And Apollo got these black and white minstrel dianthus. Aren't they beautiful? And Nara got this frosted salmon poppy. I'm so excited she got this. I think I've had this in my wish list for a while. It's gorgeous. And then Thatcher got this Carolina Cross 180 watermelon. It says that some of them have reached 200 pounds. He was so excited to get a massive watermelon. So that's what we got from the seed store. Then we went and we had a really fun conversation with this gentleman. He saw my shirt and thought maybe it was a Grateful Dead shirt because he really likes the Grateful Dead. And then he wondered what a Sunite was, and so we had a fun conversation with him. And we ended up buying one of these beautiful Royal Empress trees. Now these are like the fastest growing tree that there is, but unlike most fast growing trees, they don't have a short lifespan and they're not super fragile. So they get really big really fast, and the wood they're really strong, but the wood is really lightweight. He had a sample there, and people like it for things like surfboards. So couldn't resist. It sounded amazing. As I said, had a really good conversation with him. It was pretty cool. Let me see if I can get his info on here to go into focus. There we go. And then right towards the end, we were looking at these little horseradish plants, and I was trying to pick one out, and this gentleman came by and he looked at me and said, just pick whichever one you want and you can have it. And I looked at him and I said, I beg your pardon? And he said, well, you can have it. He said, unless you're rich. And I said, no, I'm not rich. He's like, you can have it. He said, when you go in the tent, because when you bought any of the Baker Creek plants or seeds, you went off in a different tent to pay. He said, when you go in the tent, just tell them I gave it to you and they'll know who I am. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange, but I said thank you, and Thatcher picked one out. We went in the tent, grabbed a snack for the kids. As I'm checking out at it, I said, this older gentleman with this hat said we could just have it and that you would know who he was. And she looked at me, she's like, oh, yep, that's the owner's dad. I was like, oh my goodness. I had no idea who he was. I don't know how I would have known. I've never seen a picture of him or anything that I've known of, but I thought that was so sweet. Like, he didn't have to do that. He just saw us looking at him and said we could have one. It was really, really sweet of him, and I appreciate it. It was, I don't know, one of those things that just ends your day on a high note, to have somebody be just sweet and generous. So that is our Baker Creek haul. I feel like I could have come home with like 100 plants. They had some of the most beautiful plants there. These leaves are so soft. But I behaved myself. I didn't want to get a ton of them and then not be able to take care of them over the next couple weeks and have them die on me. That would have been really upsetting. I also got to go to Lorella, Not a Farm Girl at Homestead Adventures. bonfire thing that she had for people who had been at Baker Creek that day and wanted to come hang out and chill. She had that Sunday night, and that was so fun. It was like the best idea ever. I really hope she makes it an every year thing. It was so nice to just sit there and chill out and get to say hi to friends and not have the stress of a big crowd or having a camera, trying to remember to film. I don't think I saw even one camera out like the whole time we were there. It was so nice to have that. So that was amazing. She was a total rock star for hosting it, especially since she's had a really busy week. So I will link her channel below so you can go check her out because she's really, really cool.